Did you know that literally millions of families could benefit from financial support when they need it most, yet so many completely miss out simply because they just don't know how to apply? It's kind of a staggering reality. Life happens. Babies are born, medical emergencies pop up out of nowhere, family members need our care. But navigating all the paperwork for state benefits can feel so incredibly overwhelming that people just walk away from the very money they've been paying into.
Well, stick around because in this explainer, we're going to reveal everything you need to know to secure your paid family leave in Connecticut, and we'll walk you through the entire process step by step. By the time we finish up here, you are going to be equipped with the confidence and the exact checklist you need to navigate this whole system like an absolute pro. So here is our roadmap for today. We're going to walk through this systematically together. First, we'll start by understanding exactly what CT paid leave is. Then we'll break down the step-by-step application process. After that, we'll cover some frequently asked questions and troubleshooting tips, dive into a few real-world case studies, and finally wrap it all up with a solid conclusion and disclaimer.
Okay, let's dive right into our first section, understanding CT paid leave. Let's establish exactly what this program is and who it's built to help.
To put it simply, CT paid leave basically acts as a financial safety net. It steps in to replace a portion of your income when life's most critical moments pull you away from work, allowing you to take up to 12 weeks of benefits in a 12-month period. It's administered by the Connecticut Paid Leave Authority, and the funds actually come directly from employee payroll deductions that started way back in 2021.
Now, this number, $2,325, is absolutely crucial. To even be eligible for this program, you have to have earned at least $2,325 during your highest earning quarter in the base period. Basically, the state looks at the first 4 of the last 5 completed quarters to figure this out. You also need to be currently working for a covered employer in Connecticut, or at least have worked for one within the 12 weeks right before your leave begins. Oh, and fun fact, even self-employed residents who have opted into the program can qualify.
So why can you actually take this time off? Well, whether you're welcoming a new child, recovering from a serious illness, or caring for a loved one, these are the main reasons you can take leave. And notice just how broad this is. It even includes safe leave for victims of family violence, which gives you up to 12 days, and military caregiver leave. Plus, the state's definition of a family member is super inclusive. It covers siblings, grandparents, and even people related by affinity, meaning someone whose close association to you is basically like family. All right, moving right along to Section 2, the step-by-step application process. Now that you know you might qualify, let's look at exactly how to get your application submitted successfully. We can break this potentially intimidating process down into 4 really simple steps. First, tell your boss. Second, get your paperwork together. Third, make your online account. And fourth, submit your claim. Now, just a heads up, AFLAC is the third-party claims administrator for the state of Connecticut, which is why you are going to see their name pop up quite a bit throughout this process. Let's zoom in on step 2 for a second. Before you even try to log in, do yourself a massive favor and save some stress by gathering your required documents ahead of time. You'll definitely need the employment verification form, which your employer actually has to fill out. You absolutely need a color copy of the front and back of your ID. And then, depending on why you're taking leave, you'll need specific stuff like medical certifications, birth certificates, or military deployment papers. Having all of this saved on your computer beforehand will make the actual application a total breeze. Once you've got your ct.gov account set up with 2-factor authentication, you'll head over to the AFLAC portal. When you log in, you'll land on a dashboard that is basically your central command center. From here, you can easily manage your benefits, check on your case status, and even message your case manager directly. Getting here is super easy. You just click Submit a Claim right from the main CT Paid Leave website. Inside that portal, you'll also find a really intuitive document checklist screen. This is where you'll directly upload your identity proofs and medical or bonding statements. It keeps everything incredibly organized. You can clearly see a status indicator that tells you if a document is required, received, or still pending review. It literally takes all the guesswork completely out of the equation. Now, timing is literally everything here. If your leave is planned, you really should aim to file 30 days before it starts. But you do have up to 45 days after your leave begins to submit your claim without any penalties. However, if you wait past that 45-day window, you're going to have to prove to the authority that you had good cause for the delay, like a severe medical incapacitation. Honestly, just save yourself the headache and file as early as you practically can. Okay, let's move on to Section 3, FAQs and troubleshooting tips. We definitely want to address some of the most common roadblocks people run into during this journey. This right here is a massive source of confusion, so definitely pay attention to this part. CT paid leave gives you money, while the completely separate CT FMLA law is what actually protects your job while you're out. You apply for the money through the state portal we just talked about, but you have to ask your employer directly for job-protected leave under FMLA. They run perfectly parallel to each other, but they are two very distinct things.
Now, if you're coordinating with other benefits from your employer, keep in mind that your combined income replacement can never exceed your normal, regular wages. The state program is designed to replace lost income, not give you a bonus. So, if your employer provides short-term disability or paid time off, your CT paid leave benefits will be adjusted to ensure you max out at exactly 100% of your usual paycheck. Listen, the absolute biggest pitfall to avoid is ignoring your portal messages. Always, always double check that your uploaded documents are crystal clear and fully filled out to prevent super frustrating delays. If your doctor forgets to sign a single line on a form or your ID picture is blurry, Aflac is going to message you in that dashboard. If you don't respond, your claim just gets stuck in limbo or worse, outright denied. To really cement our understanding, let's hit Section 4 and look at how these rules actually apply in real-world practical scenarios. For our first scenario, think about expanding your family. A new mother could actually qualify for up to 14 weeks total. If she experiences a serious health condition that results in incapacitation during her pregnancy, she gets 2 weeks for that, followed by the standard 12 weeks of bonding time. This is a huge exception to the standard 12-week cap. The first 2 weeks count as her own serious health condition, seamlessly flowing right into her bonding leave. In scenario 2, let's talk about caregiver leave. The key takeaway here is flexibility. Your leave does not have to be continuous. You can actually apply for intermittent leave, meaning you adjust your schedule slightly, maybe taking a few hours off a week to drive a parent to recurring doctor appointments. Or you could take reduced schedule leave and just work half days for a month. You're basically just drawing down your total 12-week bank of time however you need it.
And for scenario 3, what if you're adopting a child? Well, the online portal will specifically prompt you to upload a bonding statement, along with official court documentation, before your income replacement can be approved. And remember, bonding leave isn't just for the exact moment the child arrives. Both parents can actually use this leave at any point during the first 12 months after the birth or the placement of the child. All right, let's wrap this all up with Section 5, our conclusion and official disclaimer. Let's make sure you know exactly what your next steps are. If you think you qualify, your immediate action plan looks like this. First, verify those earnings and make sure you hit that $23.25 mark. Next, notify your employer right away. Then start setting up your secure CT.gov account with two-factor authentication so you can get the ball rolling. Get your ID and medical documents digitized and follow that checklist in the portal to the letter.
And hey, if you ever feel stuck, don't hesitate to use the official resources out there. You can call the dedicated Aflac call center or, and this is a great resource, reach out to a community education coordinator. The state actually employs these coordinators specifically to provide in-person application assistance. You definitely do not have to figure this out entirely on your own if you hit a wall.
Finally, just a quick reminder that this explainer is strictly for informational purposes. You should always consult an official representative for the most current advice tailored to your exact situation, because state laws and portal layouts can definitely change over time. But with this roadmap now in your hands, you should be totally ready to confidently claim the financial support you and your family deserve during life's most critical moments. So what are you waiting for? Get that application started.